This seriously brings me back to like kindergarten when my dad used to do my hair. Okay, I feel like this is such a common thing and I don't know why, but I always wanted my dad to do my hair, not my mom. How random and weird is that? But yeah, I used to love when my dad would do my hair. I'd go to school feeling so cool, like, yeah, my dad did my hair. He would either do this hairstyle or a ponytail right on the side of my head, and I thought I was so cool. Like this video if you used to rock those hairstyles. Hey little cuties, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a foundation review. You guys seem to really like these and a lot of you are always commenting like, oh, these are so helpful. And I actually like filming these because it helps me kind of get an idea of whether I like a foundation. And I like to kind of go back and watch them because I'll forget like, did I like this foundation? Or I don't know, I like to go back and watch them. I also like to watch these types of videos. They're helpful for me. So let's film another one today. Today I'm going to be reviewing the JOUER Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. This is fairly new. And here's the thing, what intrigued me about this foundation is it has hyaluronic acid. It also has chamomile extract, which my Acne Labs foundation that I wear every day has chamomile in it as well, which is really great for your skin. It's calming, especially if you have acne or redness. So yeah, it has hyaluronic acid, which that is very moisturizing. It's really great for your skin. It helps lock in moisture. It also has cucumber extract, tripeptide complex. It's paraben-free, oil-free, dermatologist tested. I think this should just say Julia Zuniga on the front. I'm just kidding. But seriously, this sounds like my cup of tea foundation. The only thing that makes me a little nervous is the fact that it says matte. You guys know, usually I'm not a big matte foundation kind of gal, even though I'm oily. But let's read the claims really quick. It says, supreme coverage, lightweight and long wearing, essential high coverage cream foundation creates an impeccable airbrushed matte finish instantly. Oh, and like totally random, but I forgot to tell you guys, I will link all of my previous foundation reviews down below for you. But yeah, if you're interested in what I think of this new JOUER foundation, how it wears, you're in the right place. Keep watching. So this is what the box looks like, and can I say packaging A+. So nice. The box is kind of a shiny gold. It's actually a huge box too. But I got the shade Porcelain, which I already swatched it and I know it's gonna be a little too dark for me. But this is what the bottle looks like. Again, packaging so classy, so nice. It is glass. It's kind of a frosty glass with a gold shiny top. Now you do only get 0.68 ounces, which a standard foundation is 1 fluid ounce. So for the price tag being $38, that's really, really high for the amount of product that you get. Which, side note, I did purchase this on Poshmark, guys, for I don't remember how much. I want to say like 22 bucks. But it was brand new in the packaging. Like the pump had not even been used, which it does come with a pump, which is nice. Now I got mine in the shade Porcelain, which like I said, I already know it's going to be a little dark, but that's okay. But I will say, like I said, the packaging is very luxurious. It's very, very nice. So without further ado, let's go in. Ooh, it's a little thin, so as you can see, it's dripping down, but it actually doesn't look as dark as I thought it did. Oh well, we'll just go in. So as usual, I am not going to be wearing a primer just because I don't wear a primer for the most part on a day-to-day basis, unless if like my skin is extra dry, then maybe I'll put on like a moisturizing primer, but my usual everyday go-to routine, I don't wear a primer, so. All right, and I'm just using my usual e.l.f. blurring brush, and let's just go in. Okay, actually the color is not as dark as I thought it was gonna be, but we'll see if it oxidizes. Okay, so coverage, I have to say, it is really, really nice. It pretty much, for the most part, covered up all of my scarring and everything like that. So coverage, definitely, I would say full coverage, maybe full to medium. I know claiming that a foundation has full coverage is a huge claim, but you know, guys, I have to say, just from this one application, it doesn't look too bad. It is kind of settling in some of my texture scarring, which I'm surprised because, let's see, yeah, this has hyaluronic acid in it, which is moisturizing. It does say that it's matte, so that's probably the reason that it's doing that. And I've kind of explained before, that's kind of why I'm not a big fan of matte foundations, is just because when you have a lot of texture on your skin, the matte can kind of just cling to it. But it's really not bad at all, you guys, but I would say it is a little dark for me. It might not be showing up on camera, but it's definitely a little orangey, the undertone. I am gonna go ahead and try to kind of blend it down my neck and blend it a little more, just because, like I said, it is a little dark. But normally I always have to go in with my finger over like my acne scarring and whatnot, and I really don't think I have to do that much. I mean, maybe like right here, there's a few little spots. Let's see how it rubs in. Oh yeah, and it actually rubs in really nicely with my finger. Let's kind of go see if we can smooth out over here. Yeah, guys, initial application, I have to say I am pretty impressed, and I really like it so far. Which you guys know if you've seen my other foundation reviews, like I'm super picky, I'm super critical. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and blend it through, and then I'm gonna put the rest of my makeup on, and we'll come back and talk about it then. Alrighty guys, rest of the makeup is on. I did go ahead and set my makeup because I did use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral to kind of lighten up the foundation a little bit. So I used that, and then I also used my Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder. For bronzing and contouring, I used my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Blush, I used the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Party. This is what it looks like. For highlighter, I used the NYX Illuminator in the shade Ritualistic. Brows, I used my BH Cosmetics Studio Brow Pencil in Blonde. For the eyes, I used my Ardell Pro Eyeshadow Palette, the matte one. And for lips, I used my Dose of Color Sleepless. Alright guys, I have to say this foundation is beautiful. I am so impressed. It just looks so good. The only thing I have to say is if you look up really close, again, in this area here, I have a few dry patches. Not too much on the other side. That's kind of odd. But it's so weird because, like, unless if you're looking up super close, it really does look flawless. A lot of times when I do my makeup, by the time I'm done, you know, bronzing, contouring, eyeshadow, mascara, brows, all of that, by the time I'm done, I usually have to go through and blot with the e.l.f. oil absorbing sheets, or I have to keep powdering my face because it does get oily. But I didn't have to do that this time, which again, it does claim that this is matte. But to be fair, my skin has been really dry like everybody else's. It's wintertime, it's cold, and I feel like maybe I should have probably used a moisturizer or even like a moisturizing primer, like maybe the Too Faced Hangover Primer would have been good to use. But I mean, for the most part, like I said, guys, like, just looking normal human distance, it is so beautiful. And as I usually say, even foundations that I don't like that look really bad, they always all look good in this kind of lighting. So let's go over to natural lighting. Alrighty, we are in natural lighting, which again, guys, like look at it from like this distance, it's just beautiful. And I don't know if it's showing up, but as you get closer, let's see if I can get it to focus a little bit. It is kind of pulling in this area right here, and it's kind of sticking to dry spots. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, but it's sticking just a little bit. But it's weird. It's not to the point where it's like, oh God, I hate this foundation. I don't know. I just, for some reason, I really like the finish. Like I said, I definitely would say it is pretty full coverage. You guys saw I didn't really need to go in with the second layer at all. I would agree that it is definitely a matte finish, which again, surprisingly, I'm not a matte kind of girl, kind of honestly for these types of reasons here. But again, it's not bad. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. I'm feeling like this might be one of those foundations that just gets better throughout the day, even better if like it's possible. But yeah, it's just smoothing. I don't know, guys. I really like this foundation so far. So yeah, I will check back in about 4 hours. We'll do a 4-hour check-in and an 8-hour check-in. The 8-hour check-in will definitely have to be artificial lighting, but that's okay. And yeah, we'll talk about it throughout the day. See you guys in 4 hours. Okay, so it has been 4 hours and it's pretty much stayed very similar. The little dry areas here, I don't think it's showing up on camera, but it, you know, when you have dry skin and your foundation just clings to it, that's what it's kind of looking like right here. It hasn't really changed much. I thought for excuse me. I thought for sure that it was going to be one of those foundations that kind of just blends into your skin throughout the day, but it's not really doing that, but it's not really doing anything bad either. It literally looks pretty much the same as it did when I first applied it, which isn't a bad thing. I have gotten just a tad bit oily, like in my T-zone, but honestly, I don't think there's a foundation out there where that won't happen just because I'm so oily in my T-zone. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like, I mean, the little areas where it's clingy, like, I'm just being picky. But I think it looks pretty good still. I'm super impressed. So yeah, so far after 4 hours, it is holding up great. So the long lasting or long wearing claims is holding up so far. I will catch you guys in another 4 hours and we will see what it looks like then. Alrighty guys, so the foundation has been on about 8 hours now, and I mean, yes, I've gotten a little greasy. I feel like in the camera it looks way worse than how it looks in person, but for the most part, like, it doesn't look bad for having worn it 8 hours. I have a mirror on the other side of me, so I'm like looking. Yeah, I mean, the areas where it was like kind of clinging to dry patches still kind of looks the same. It never really like blended in how I thought it would, but like I said, that's me being picky. Like, I'm super impressed with this foundation. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip right over to the rating. I would say this foundation is a 9 out of 10. Like, I'm so impressed. And I have to say, this might be replacing my OG HD liquid foundation. The only thing I have to say is if you have dry skin, I think you might not like this so much, or just make sure you're really moisturized before wearing it, which is odd because it does have hyaluronic acid in it. And so over time, if you use this foundation, it will hydrate your skin. But just going right into it, like I said, like the drier parts of my skin, it did cling to a little bit. But just make sure to moisturize and use a moisturizing primer. And seriously, guys, like, this foundation is really, really good. Only reason I'm not giving it a 10 is because, I don't know, I feel like I'll never give a foundation a 10 because it has to be like, I don't know, which is darn near like really close, guys. Like, I'm so impressed. Definitely long wearing, definitely full coverage, just awesome. And again, the fact that it is really good for your skin is just, I'm in love. I'm in love. It is expensive. Like we talked about, it's $38 for less than an ounce. But I mean, I don't know. This is a foundation that I think is worth the high price point, guys. So, all right, that looks like it's going to be the end of the video. If you have not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to become a part of my YouTube family. Our humidifier in the background. Also, give this video a like if you found it helpful, and if you have tried this foundation, comment down below your experience. I clearly loved it, but I'm curious to see what you guys think of it as well. Thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to watch my video, and I'll catch you in the next one.